Hey folks, Alan Saunders, Brendan Howe here at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Just wrapped up the second and final, at least for us, day of Steelers rookie minicamp. The rookies have another day of team activities and meetings and things like that, but the last a day of Steelers rookie camp, and got a chance to focus on, so obviously Derek Harmon, the big news of the day. We wanted to see Will Howard, that kind of thing. Got to focus on some guys a little bit farther down the depth chart today. Brendan, you saw you were focused on the defense. Jack Sawyer, Carson Bruner, Dante Kent, Sebastian Castro, a bunch of interesting guys over there. What do you feel like you learned today?
Yeah, it's kind of flipped for us today from yesterday where I went and looked at the defense.
That might have been intentional. Try to get you on both sides of the field there.
So it's hard not to call him Yaya. I keep slipping up and calling him that, but YA Black, he comes up and it kind of reminded me of my days at Slippery Rock covering the men's basketball team where there's 6'8" guys coming and you're looking up while you're talking to him. He's a big guy, and the thing is, when he came up, the first thing he did was kind of downplay his size, which I thought was interesting. I read the story there, and I'm wondering as I'm writing the story, like, why is he trying to downplay his size? Like, you can't really hide how big you are when you're 6'6", 340 pounds, and then you kind of bring up the point that he wants to be known as more than just a big guy. So it kind of clicked when you told me that. I wasn't really like comprehending that, but yeah, he's a big guy. Kind of got to look at the guys in coverage today. You mentioned Sebastian Castro. Black actually talked about him and said he's always lurking. He's always waiting to hit something. So that's something Steelers fans can be excited about, especially you like a safety who can come down and hit a ball carrier. So I think those are the two things that kind of stood out to me today.
How about Sawyer? He's somebody, I think, we talked about the draft pick and the strategy of, like, was this a good idea, what was a bad idea? And I think regardless of where you fall on that, still I think an exciting player.
Yeah, and he was dropping back into coverage today. I think Nick Faribaugh, he posted a video about that. We got a video about that, or of that too. And that's something you're used to seeing. He dropped back in the Michigan game on the goal line. He gets the interception at that point. It feels like it's going to be a momentum swing. The offense goes out, led by Will Howard at that point, couldn't really do much. But he has that ability where he's not just an edge rusher. He can drop back, make a big play, make an interception, which you kind of see batting the ball up in the air with TJ Watt and the guys in the line like Hayward too. So it'll be something familiar for Steelers fans.
I want to get a good look at the offense today, and I felt like I did that. Started by focusing on the offensive line. On the interior, a couple of interesting tryout guys. This team only has 2 true centers on the 90-man offseason roster right now. There are a few roster spots open for guys that are here on tryouts to get a contract, and I think one of the guys that has a really good shot is Thomas Perry, the center from Middlebury, a Division III school up in New England. Had some legitimate draft hype, was someone that, like, Dane Brugler had really high on his board, didn't end up getting drafted, didn't end up getting signed as a free agent. So here as a tryout, I thought he looked good. Dom Serapiglia from Thomas Jefferson played at Central Michigan. I thought he looked good as well. Those 2 guys both played center, which I said, there's definitely an obvious need there. The Lindenwood tackle, Warren, is gigantic. He's this 6'6" Hawaiian guy who moves around like he has an orbit. That's something that to keep an eye out for. And then I also wanted to get a look at the tight ends group because I think they're really interesting. 3 really interesting guys there. Thomas Jones here on a tryout Tommy Smith here on a tryout from Rhode Island, played like 5 different positions in college. And then J.J. Galbraith from South Dakota, great RAS. Obviously at an FCS school, production wasn't crazy, so I just wanted to get a good look at him. And then DJ Thomas Jones, player I didn't really see very much of in the pre-draft process from South Alabama. Steelers listed him tight end / fullback. I don't even know how to characterize him. He's big, he's tall, he looks like a tight end. He doesn't look like a fullback to me, but he blocks like a nasty, angry dude. So I think the Steelers have a couple interesting guys in terms of undrafted free agents at those positions. Got a good look at them as well. The other thing is Mike Tomlin spoke today to wrap up the rookie camp, was asked about the George Pickens trade, sort of deferred to Omar Khan's comments from yesterday. Said he likes what he's seen from guys like Derek Harmon and Will Howard so far, but tough to really evaluate guys who are just running around in shorts basically to this point. And then I also got to talk to Trey Sermon after practice today, running back from Ohio State. Some NFL experience, had a great game against the Steelers with the Colts 2 years ago. He said that's come up since he's been here. And also he said he thought the Steelers were going to draft him coming out of Ohio State. I did too. I actually wanted them to draft him. And maybe, I don't know, let's wonder, maybe I'll write a what-if story there, especially if they sign him. But great guy, great pro. And then someone that I think there's a good possibility they're going to sign. He's too good to be here on a tryout. I would expect him to get a contract. I think he's better than some of the running backs they have on the 90-man roster right now. Brendan, anything else to wrap up the 2 days here at rookie camp you want to take away from what you've seen?
I don't think so. Just as you mentioned Trey Sermon there, I think the meme of him looking and smiling at the camera. So maybe kind of that kind of factors in, knows something going on when he's here with the Steelers.
Yeah. I think and the Buckeyes are just everywhere. So maybe it's a trend. We'll see. Another Big Ten player for the Steelers. All right, that's it for us. Wrapping up the 2 days to rookie camp. We'll have a couple weeks off in terms of in-person coverage back for OTAs on the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So little break, but of course we'll keep things rolling with Steelers Afternoon Drive, Steelers Morning Rush here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, so you don't miss an episode of that. For Brendan Howell, I'm Alan Saunders. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.